Hey guys, Jay Reale from eBodyboarding.com here, and I wanted to go over the Gyroll line of wetsuits designed and worn by 9-time world champion Mike Stewart, a legend in the sport. We all know him and love him, and he has a great line of wetsuits. So let's go over the line of suits for you and give you some of the information on the features that they have. Let's start with the short sleeve spring. This is a zipperless wetsuit, so there's no zipper. Easy entry by spreading apart the neck, climbing in, pulling that over your head. Pretty basic suit, and some great features here include very flexible super stretch neoprene. We've got the single blind stitching, and that is a watertight stitch, so it keeps the water out. It's also a glued seam on this suit. Really soft, nice neoprene in a couple of colorways in this suit. You can see the cuffs are finished on both the arms and the legs. That keeps the suit nice and durable, and it's very light. It's a 2mm suit. Then we move on to the other spring suit. That is the long sleeve spring. Same deal here. It's a zipperless suit with single blind stitching and glued seams. You can even check the inside of the suit, and you can see some sections of the inside have the double blind stitching. So you got the stitching on the outside and the inside. Long sleeve spring also features this grip pattern on the forearm, which is very specific to bodyboarding. Obviously your forearms are on the boards, and so that helps with the grip. And we also have a little rubber gasket here that keeps the sleeve from sliding up if the water blasts it. That's kind of a nice added feature on the long sleeve spring. Again, a 2mm suit, so nice and light and flexible. Let's move on to the full suits. Let's move to the Primus. This is the, let's call it the budget suit, but it's still got some great high-end features, including, again, single blind stitching for water tightness, and it's a glued seam as well. You have these knee pads, which are low drag knee pads, but they'll also protect the knees of the suit for you drop knee riders. Again, on the cuffs, you have an unfinished cuff for a better seal with these little rubber sections here to keep the leg from getting blasted up. It keeps it nice and grippy on your ankle, and the wrists have the same feature there. That little rubber gasket keeps it nice and tight on your arm. And the grip pattern again on the forearm, and again a zipperless suit. And like all zipperless suits, you have this cinch so you can crank it down and make it nice and tight on your shoulder so water doesn't get blasted in there easily. So that is the Primus, the more budget suit. You can see the inside of the Primus. This is a suit turned inside out with these little, you can call them stickers, I guess. They're not really stickers. They're ironed on all the stress points to keep the seams from blowing out. So that is the Primus. Then we move on to the high-end full suit. This is the Shield. So the Shield has the addition of liquid taping on the external seams, which really makes that suit nice and watertight. Again, a zipperless suit, zipperless entry, keeps the suit nice and light and flexible. And the additional feature here on the Primus is in the torso of the suit, you have the thermal lining throughout most of the suit. This is a thermal lining that is in most high-end wetsuits. It's almost like a wool. It holds in your body heat, which is great, super nice on those cold mornings. It goes most of the way down the arms and through the crotch and part way down the legs, which is where you really need it in your core. And again, you have these reinforced stress points all throughout the suit to keep the seams from blowing out easily. And this suit also has the knee pads. I'll pick up the external one here, or the one that we don't have turned inside out. You got the knee pads, and once again the forearm grips on this. This comes in a 3.2 and a 4.3 version. That's the Shield. And then we move to the 5.4 Shield. By the way, the Shield comes in a couple different colors. But let's pick up the 5.4 here. Now this is the granddaddy suit for you real cold water riders. This suit has all the bells and whistles. Again, the knee pads, you have the unfinished cuffs, but the addition of the thermal lining, which I'll show you the inside out version shortly, and these are double blind stitched and liquid taped seams on this suit. Nice and toasty. Now keep in mind the 5.4 has the front zip. It is really hard to get into a zipperless 5mm suit because the neoprene is very thick. So they put the zipper on the 5.4 hooded. And by the way, yes, the hood is built in, and it has this great thing. I love this in a hood. The smoothie rubber on the external part of the hood really keeps your head warm because it just sheds water. And the internal part of the hood has the thermal lining, keeps your head really warm. This keeps the water beating off the front of the hood and not in your eyes. And you have the cinch, so you can wear the hood under your chin or over the top of your chin, whatever's more comfortable for you. And also has the, as I mentioned, the zipper here. You have the little snap to hold the zipper and keep it from coming open. Let's look at the internal part of this suit turned inside out. I'll pull this up, and again, you can see the stress points are covered here with these little reinforced pieces of nylon here on the stress points, and full thermal lining throughout the entire suit, with just the exception of a little part of the forearm that doesn't have that thermal lining, but everything else thermal lined. Very warm suit for the cold water bodyboarder. And that is the full line of Gyroll wetsuits. Pick one up at eBodyboarding.com today.